Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Apologies about all the technical difficulties so far. However, they should all be sorted out now. And once these guys finish bashing up on each other, because they've been very kind and very patient, and thank you to all the players for bearing with us temporarily, we will be getting into our proper matches for the evening. So I'm not sure what you can currently see on your screen, but I can guarantee you Thotslayer will not be playing Swamp Thing, and Castiel probably won't be playing Superman either. And hopefully we should be straight back into it. And Mari, we saw the characters that we're going to pick before. What are your thoughts once again on Deadshot, Ivy? What are the matchup numbers? What do you think they need to both be looking out for?
It's going to be an interesting one. Both characters can zone, but of course Deadshot, probably the king of zoning right now in Injustice 2. It's going to be a bit difficult on Thotslayer's end. If he does decide to go with Ivy, he's going to have to work his way in. He's not going to be able to start up his own zoning game against Deadshot just because of how quick Deadshot's projectiles are. Ivy's going to have to get in and start mixing Deadshot and keep pressure on him in the corner, hopefully. If she can get a knockdown mid-screen, she could potentially set up her trait and start zoning them, but it's a dangerous game just because of how quick Deadshot's projectiles are. And her trait does go away on hit, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. And what is Ivy, for someone who's not particularly, I don't know Ivy as well as you do, what are your thoughts on her close-up game? Yeah, I mean, what are her mix-ups like? Does she have good pressure? What are your overall thoughts?
She has decent pressure. The strength of her mix-up game comes from the fact that she has several strings that start off either mid or high and go into a low and end in an overhead, and she has a special that is a low, so she can mix with the overhead enders in her strings and the low specialty, so you can keep your opponent on their toes that way.
I see, and as you can see, already back into it. Castiel did snag up that first hit and almost sitting on 3 bars already. Thotslayer doesn't actually have any bar himself and only sitting on about half bar now. As you know, Ivy doesn't do a lot, and that's what you said before, Mari. Just gets tagged with a gunshot and the trait already going away. And here we go, Deadshot into the 50-50 mix now. And just a really good block tech coming out from Castiel. And just like this, you can see all the mix-ups coming out from him. And what can Ivy do against the back 1-2 up 3 on block? Not a lot.
I don't think she can do much of anything. No, it's hard to say because if she tried to use her mid to punish that, I believe she'd get tagged by the straight shot afterwards. So.
Yeah, I guess maybe she could meter burn forward 3, but even then I have no idea. I feel like this isn't a very good matchup for Ivy, and as you can see, Castiel now just absolutely taking that life bar with ease. And what's the adjustment you think he has to make?
Thotslayer is really trying to rush his way in. You see he's just getting hit by the zoning, really. Well, the meter burn roll in, that was very nice.
Yeah, really good stuff, and I like how we decided to go for the trait instead of just go for damage. However, it does actually stand up a little bit early, and that trait is going away on hit. And now you can see Thotslayer once again back in the situation that's going to be guessing on a 50-50. Fantastic neutral jump coming out from Castiel, and I like that clash on the fireball coming out from Thotslayer.
Why rush the climax?
You can see he tried to wake up with the high command grab there, and Castiel just sussed it out and jumped straight over it.
Yeah, I like Castiel's use of he uses all 4 bars there, so Thotslayer loses his clash as well. It takes an additional bit of damage as well. So really smart stuff coming out from Castiel, the champion. Do we expect anything less, however?
Probably not at this point.
Well, but here we go. Thotslayer trying to actually get something started now. Gets the trade out, and like you said, the bark skin. Bark skin takes reduced damage and chip as well, or is it just chip?
Completely removes chip and reduces damage.
Oh wow, really good stuff. How can he get the life bar? No, he can't. Fantastic stuff from Castiel using the step back shot, and that is going to be Cass taking the first game. What's the adjustment he needs to make, or do you think maybe he needs to go into...
Maybe it is a case of character select. It might be. I don't think Ivy does particularly well in this matchup. It's not unwinnable by any stretch, but you do need to be patient as you do against Deadshot with most characters in the game, but it depends whether he wants to try and play a bit more patient or if he wants to go for a character that has some better options against what Deadshot does.
Yeah, definitely. So do you, on that topic, what are your thoughts? Do you reckon there is actually any unwinnable matchups in this game? I don't think there is.
I don't feel like any character... But here's the thing with the balance of characters in this game. The top characters, like the top 3 characters, they aren't too much of a stretch above, say, like the mid-tier characters. Not as much as we've seen in previous games, anyway.
Yeah, definitely. There's no, I don't know, Cyrax Katana matchups, for example. But here we go into the second game. Castiel is sitting on that dead shot against Slayer. Just actually gets caught with a raw back one, and that's going to be Castiel now sitting full screen. I like how he activated the blue tray. He just wants to keep Ivy out. He knows that Ivy does really well in this kind of range. And however, Thotslayer thought he was going to build the bar, so he decided to go for the drill, not the meatless burn. And as a result, can't actually get the full combo. Manages to get the trade out, however, and this is really good for him. But Castiel does get the trade on the low drill, and that's going to be enough to make that trait go away. It's really difficult for Ivy to use that trait in this matchup, isn't it, Byron?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it goes away on hit like that. You really have to be careful not to trade in the zoning war. It's kind of where she struggles against strong zoners like Deadshot and Fate.
Yeah, however, I actually find that Fate really struggles against Deadshot as well. Like, Fate is a character who's designed to be fully zoning, and yet can't do anything against Deadshot. So, in my honest opinion, there's no real point to playing Fate over Deadshot at this point of the game.
It is hard to compete with the speed of his projectiles at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And even then, like, if Fate gets trades on straight shots, it's actually in his favor, just because they do more damage. But it's getting that initial hit that's actually really difficult. But here we go now, just Castiel playing at that range that he really wants to be. It has the blue trade out as well to keep him pushed away. Can't actually get the whiff punish, but Thotslayer, once again, decided to go for the drill, probably just to get some chip, maybe instead. Oh, and goes for a bark skin. Is that an input error, or is that some kind of gimmick I haven't seen before?
It could potentially be an input error.
Oh, is it one of those weird inputs because of this game? But here we go, he actually gets the combo. Gets the trade out. Is that a safe trade there, Myron?
Yeah, there are safe trade setups. I'm not sure if that is one. I haven't used that one in particular, but there are safe trade setups.
Oh, fantastic. But here we go in the corner now. Really good use of the interactable Thotslayer. Making an adjustment. Has a very big life deficit, but it is still in this. Managing to take the first life bar. Let's see how it goes. Is Thotslayer Infinite Fake color? I don't think so. I feel like Infinite Fake would use his
No, I feel like it's Infinite Fake.
Yeah, I agree. Because I know that Infinite Fake can also play different characters.
Yeah.
Oh, but here we go. Fantastic meter burn roll. Do you like this clash coming out from Castiel here? Really early.
I mean, he's got the bar to spend. He might as well do it. He's going to have one, and Thotslayer has nothing.
Yeah, true.
That's the great thing about Deadshot. When he uses his clutch like that, it sends his opponent back to full screen, which is where he wants him. So might as well use it if he's got the bar to do it.
Yeah, exactly. As well now, actually dealt damage as well because Thotslayer. Here we go. Uses the interactable as well. Gets the full back three as well. Really difficult to do with some of these characters in this game with those interactables. Have to tag it a little bit weirdly. As you can see now, Castiel just trying to zone him out once again. Thotslayer, I like the patience, but is going to get tagged with the fire bullet, and as a result, is going to die on chip to the low shot. And I do like the adjustment from Thotslayer. However, like you said before, Mario, it is a very difficult matchup. She can't play her own game.
Yeah, we saw something really smart there at the end of the game there from Thotslayer. Despite the loss he just took, he used the bark skin right there at the end of his combo, and if you were watching closely, you could see that it completely negated all the chip from the meter burn low rifle that Deadshot did. So
yeah, I saw that.
Unfortunately, didn't have enough life to make a comeback after that, but yeah.
I thought it must have been a graphical glitch or something, but yeah, really smart stuff. So do you think maybe the bark skin might be key in this matchup?
It would be really key, actually. The problem is actually getting it on the Ivy in the first place. It has a lot of recovery frames, so doing it in between the straight gunshots is not an option.
Oh, okay. So, and I'm assuming that he has to then just get the hit into a setup, but the difficult part then is actually getting the hit because it's Deadshot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go though. Castiel, I like how he changes it up though. Occasionally he'll just run in and go for 50-50s, and he's more also content just staying back and going, for zoning. And as you can see now, can't actually get the full combo, however, just drops a little bit of the ender. But now once again, back in that range he does not want to be. Activates the fire trade as well. I like how he's switching up his use of trade as well. Too many players either forget about Deadshot's trade or they just go for the one thing. But it doesn't actually get a full combo this time. Into the corner, 147 damage into a trade setup. Do you think prioritizing trade over bark skin in this matchup is worth it?
Well, if he has the even amount of life at this point, it's probably worth going for the trade just to get that chip in the corner and you can start working him down on his life lead. So.
Definitely. Here we go now into the full combo. Does actually get the corner conversion into the trade as well. Goes for a low drill. Does actually manage to duck under and actually gets a full jump in. This could be enough. Is he going to be able to get the full damage? I like how the trade's not actually doing anything. Or drops the end of the combo, but blocks the end, but does actually tag him with a down one. That is going to be Thotslayer taking a very, not decisive, but definitely an adjustment on that first life bar.
Yeah, and this is where Ivy wants to be in this matchup, mixing her opponent in the corner. She has some nice resets off off the command grab, the meter burn command grab. She has some nice standard resets off her plus range.
Yeah, definitely. I did actually go off and play a little bit of Ivy after this, and I put a lot of time into her, but then Red Hood came out, so I'm sorry, I think I'm leaving because of Red Hood, but that is going to be Castiel spending the bar. Life very even at the moment, but Castiel does have that meter advantage, but even if we talk about meter advantage, it's Deadshot. He's always got bar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those matchups where just so many of Ivy's tools that are usually so good in a lot of other matchups are just negated completely because of what Deadshot's able to do. You know? Getting the drills out, getting the trade out, and signing up that zoning game that Ivy likes to do. It's really difficult.
Yeah, I do like Ivy as a character though. She's much more of a unique zoner than some of the other characters in this game. When I first saw her low drills, I thought it was very Quan Chi-esque, but even so, I like the character a lot. But I really like Castiel's use there of the push block. He just wants to keep that space, as you said, and just play this full screen game where Ivy's really struggling.
Yeah, you can see he's really utilising all of his tools to keep Ivy away, using the push block, using Clash in the last game, the pushback on Meterbone and low rifle right there. It's insane.
Yeah, definitely. And gets the trade out. I'm not sure again if I like this use of trait. Like, I mean, yes, it's good as you said on chip, but do you feel like maybe you should be using that time to try and close distance instead?
I think he's just trying to put pressure on Castiel at this point. I mean, either he's going to sit at range and have to duck the gunshots, or he can do some chip damage and keep the pressure on. Does get the command grab though. Nice early clash from Castiel.
Yeah, and once again, I do like how Castiel's using his clash. He's just using it, in this case, offensively. The 2 bars there, he's actually going to get his health back. He's now sitting, what, 3/4 screen, and what can Thotslayer do? Exactly, it just goes for the low gunshot, not a lot left, doesn't have the bar skin out either, so is taking all this chip, and that is going to be Thotslayer jumping straight into a down 4-2, and that is going to be Castiel taking the first set convincingly with a 3-0.
Deadshot wins.
Yeah, absolutely. He played that really well too. You can see during the whole set, using push block, using all of his tools to keep Thotslayer away, making it so hard for him to get in. We could see moments there where Thotslayer did manage to get in. He had Castiel in the corner. He was really getting that corner mix going. Just wasn't able to keep it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I really like how both players are able to switch their playstyles up. And I think that's what I really like about characters. When I'm looking for a character, I want that ability to change between, a full screen game into then, maybe a close-up game or whatever.
Absolutely.
And I feel like Ivy really, you would know better than I do, but really kind of fits that as well as Deadshot, obviously. But Deadshot's just ridiculous.
She's one of those characters that sort of covers all the bases. She's like a jack of all trades, but master of none type character. So,
yeah, definitely. And that was it. So up next, we're going to have Comic Book Wookie versus Framework FGC. So if Chris Starr could please leave the King of the Hill so I can invite you, and then we'll be into the next match. So Comic Book Wookie, or Arnold as we know him, is, for those of you who don't know, an incredibly good fighting game player. I know he did a lot of work in MKX. He did a lot of work. I believe he was really good at Marvel 3 as well. And so, have you played a lot of him in this game?
I have not. Mario? I have not, no. I've seen the stuff that he did in MKX though, and it's just, he's the sort of player that when you watch him play, it's like you can't believe just some of the stuff that he manages to pull off. It's just crazy.
He just gets in your head. That's what I find. He just gets in your head. Chris, if you please enter AFK as well. We're just waiting on Comic Book Wookie to join the room at this point. And yeah, I know that he is currently playing Catwoman, a character that I know a fair bit about myself. And people are calling for a counterpick. So I'd like to know, chat, what are your thoughts on how to counterpick Catwoman? Because honestly, I think her worst matchup is 5-5.
Yeah, she's ridiculously strong. I've seen people putting her in their top 5 characters in the game, potentially, probably top 10 at very least. So
I definitely think she's top 5. Just because, again, how can a character who does not lose a matchup be not, at least top 7?
It's interesting just because, just from a frame data perspective, she has a lot of strings that launch that are safe on block. She has her back 3, which low profiles a lot of things. Really great damage too. Wake up trait as well when she has that. Safe on block. Yeah, really ridiculous character. Kind of jump in 2, you don't even have to mention.
You think Red Hood is a kind of... I'd like to know. So let's discuss that actually. Just to bring it up, Red Hood, where do you think he sits in terms of a tier list? I have my opinion, but I'd like to know yours, Mario, as we're waiting for Combo Wookie to join.
I feel like it's too early to say. He's been out for what, like 4 days?
Yeah, but I mean, we've got dirt with the character already.
We have got dirt with the character. I don't know. He could be high mid. He could be mid. I don't really know. I have not seen enough to make a sound call on where he would sit, but we will see very soon. He'll be unbanned for the next round, so maybe we'll be able to make a better decision after we see those games.
Definitely. Definitely, and as well, you'll see me in top 8 playing Red Hood as well, so you'll be commentating with someone else next week, obviously, Mari. We're gonna give you a couple more minutes, and if you don't join, then we're gonna have to knock you into the losers' side for this one. Apparently, I've just received a message from Arnold saying that he is struggling to connect, so I'm going to remake the room real quick. So if everyone could please leave. Arnold, I will re-invite you, and hopefully this will work. Problems with Australian internet, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so please, if you could just leave that King of the Hill, guys, I'm going to recreate it, and we'll try again. But yeah, Red Hood seems like, again, one of those jack of all trades characters who doesn't really excel in a lot of things. Just from the small amount, well, I say small, but I've been grinding him pretty hard, but the amount of time I've put into him, yeah, but I really like the character. He's designed in a way that really resonates with me. There was a particular character in a previous game that you would know, Mari, that I was very passionate about. And he reminds me very much of him. So, yeah. I just want to see... Both of those players appear to have left the room. So you could please rejoin, guys. Framework and Comic Book Wookie. I'll be able to re-invite you. Framework's back. And we're just waiting on Comic Book Wookie. I believe he said he's restarting. So in the meantime, overall, as this game's gone on more and more, what do you think of how it's going to go compared to the current kind of craze of game? A game that's been hyped for about 2 years now, multiple delays. How do you think this game is going to go long life against Tekken 7?
I don't know. It's like with anything, though, comparing two games that are in the same sort of genre. Like, it's when people compare stuff like Battlefield to Call of Duty, you know. It's really just a matter of preference, in my opinion. And some people like Tekken and some people like Injustice. And, you know, some people like Mortal Kombat more than they like Injustice, and some people like Street Fighter, and you know, some people like multiple of those games. So
definitely. And ladies and gentlemen, we're very lucky at the moment as a yeah. Sorry, Castiel saying Injustice 2 and Tekken nothing alike. I wasn't saying that. But what I was saying was, what was I saying? Sorry. I was just saying that it's a great time to be a comic book, a fighting game player. And Comic Book Wookie has joined the room now, so please, if we could all please rejoin, we should be fantastic now. Thank you, Arnold. And apologies, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Australian internet is Australian internet. So, yeah, overall, I think it's just a great time to be a fighting game player, however. You know, we've got so many good games coming out. You know, Injustice coming out, Tekken's coming out, Marvel's coming out. The new Dragon Ball Z fighter.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm hype. I haven't watched that much Dragon Ball Z, but man, that game looks cool. But we are going to have Comic Book Wookie versus Framework FGC, and I know Comic Book Wookie has played a few characters. He's actually decided to go for Supergirl. What are your thoughts on this?
Supergirl is the other character that I put time into besides Ivy. And can I just also comment on the cool-looking gloves that Aquaman has? But,
they look sick.
Yeah, but Supergirl
approaching Brainiac ship.
Probably doesn't do too badly against Aquaman. I believe Aquaman probably still beats her. Aquaman is one of those characters that is just ridiculously strong in pretty much every single aspect of the game. He's got good footsies, good damage, good zoning, counter zoning.
He looks good.
He does look good. He's looking very buff.
Yes, he does. Here we go, into it already, and as you can see now, a zoning game coming out, Comic Book Wookie. The problem with Supergirl, as you would know, is her lack of damage. She's really good, she's got great fundamentals, she's got really good, you know, just kind of overall screen control, but the issue is she needs bar, and when she has bar, she still doesn't do that much damage.
Yeah, absolutely. She does have some very nice footsie strings, and just the overall toolset is really diverse. She has zoning with her lasers, teleport for her mobility, but like you said, she does lack in damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, I sometimes feel like playing against something like a Darkseid, I feel like my combos are healing him more than actually doing damage. That does actually get the combo. No, it drops the ender. But I really like that coming out from Framework, because you could see he knew that he was going to get punished for doing that from the deep and decided to activate Trey. Arnold does drop the combo, however, and is going to get full combo punished for it as well. And that's going to be Framework taking a very, very decisive first life bar. I really like the use of the teleport there as well. Doesn't decide to spend the bar, however, now back to neutral. Both players just tries to go on. Does actually take him with the low into the meter burn. Is he going to get the full combo in the corner? Yes, he does. Does a backflip. 177 damage. What's he doing now? Back into the neutral. Goes for the up lasers and once again gets the full combo. I really like Arnold's use of his combos. I've always found that he's quite creative when he comes to combos, particularly if you remember his Katana and MKX. It was always something a little bit different. It was never truly optimal, but damn, it looked good.
Yeah, I never knew quite what to expect from watching him there. Does take the first life bar away from Framework there, really.
Yeah, definitely, and life pretty even as well. However, Framework does have, well, as you can see there, that is a 3 meter burn Trident rushes right there. Comic Book Wookie manages to low profile and gets a throw, and I really like that. The back one coming out from Framework, able to catch the teleport out of the air, and now you can see the from the deep coming out. Comic Book Wookie can't actually punish this full screen with the lasers, so I really like the use of that. Does actually get the teleport over, but can't get the air laser to punish. Goes for a whiff throw as well. Little bit of just footsies playing now. Goes for the back one, does actually get the full combo. Yes, he does. Goes for the jump, and that's going to be the clash chances coming out from Comic Book Wookie. You haven't hooked me yet.
It's a really nice confirm off that back 1-2 free string from Framework there. Does win the clash as well.
And now this is going to be Comic Book Wookie. A little bit of a life deficit, and the problem is, does actually get the punish over. Goes for the 50-50 as well, teleport, and he's going to get the full confirm. 321 damage. Just wake up with the Trident rush. Now this will be enough to take it on chip, and yes, it is. And that is going to be Framework taking a solid game one. Played really solid in the first round, but it was very close at the end.
The thing that really killed him in that match was the way that the clash worked out. Unfortunately, when he used his clash, unfortunately, Framework spent more bar than he did a lot of damage to him. So ended up not having the life to take that meter burn Trident rush when he woke up with it.
Yeah, and really good stuff coming out from Framework as well. And I can see Comic Book Wookie going back into Supergirl. And yeah, I know he's currently playing a few characters. So he's got Supergirl, he's playing Harley, he's got a Catwoman as well. Do you think any of these characters would do better against Aquaman?
I don't know, because Aquaman, like I said before, he's one of those characters that doesn't really do badly against anyone in particular. I don't know if there's a particular character that would do better.
Begin.
I agree.
I feel like Catwoman actually would do better. Sorry, I'm about to go back on my opinion that I just had.
Yeah. Well, I agree, as Catwoman has a really good neutral and is able to lift punish with tools such as back 2. However, I feel like maybe Comic Book Wookie is deciding to go for Supergirl because of the air dash and the air mobility. Because that kind of mobility is enough to get around the as you know, from the deep. And so you can see now a bit more of a zoning game coming out from Arnold, using those air cancels as well just to keep him guessing. Goes for that forward dash, and now you can see it does actually take him with the full combo. And really good use of trait there coming out from Framework, using the Aquaman trait just so we can't get launched. So that's going to be Comic Book Wookie. Sadly, it loses the combo as well. Goes for a DP, however, now both players are playing that neutral game once again. Goes for a jumping, does get a clean jump in Framework. Can he get the full confirm? Yes, he does. Even without the back 3 now, it's going to be 437 damage. Goes for a raw teleport, can't get the punish either. Goes for a random teleport, and that is going to be Framework taking that first round.
Homage to the king.
Damage that Aquaman has when he gets touched is just insane. Usually 400 or more just for 1 bar. Pretty crazy.
Definitely. Similar to another character who's also considered a super character, Black Hat. But now you can see Comic Book Wookie in the corner. This is where Supergirl wants to be. Does have those annoying float cancels, but not as good as she used to be in the beta. Did you play the beta, Myron?
Unfortunately, I did not.
Neither did I, but I heard about some EX laser block strings that would not, or not even, sorry, normal block strings off the lasers. Now you can see Framework caught by his feet, not blocking low, and as you can see, he's going to take the full life by Comic Book Wookie. He's going to take it, and once again, nice and close. However, Framework does have a meter advantage.
Yeah, I think Comic Book Wookie's starting to get in his head a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what Arnold does. That's the difficult thing about versing Arnold. It's just, you know, he gets in your head. As you can see, the meter burn Trident rush keeps himself safe.
Yeah, Arnold choosing not to push up there. Nice air attack out of the combo though.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see now, however, just that zoning game. And this is, again, this is why I reckon you probably picked it, because the air, I really like that coming out from Comic Book Wookie. He uses the second breath as a counter poke, and now in the corner, what's he going to do? Goes for a jumping, goes for pressure. Oh, once again, more pressure coming out from Comic Book Wookie. Doesn't actually decide to meter burn, didn't have the bar at the time, and tries to jump over the flame, over the barrel. And this is actually one of the maps where it is probably better in that corner to not be a super character because of that trap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now here you go, Supergirl, just trying to zone him out. Goes for a meter burn roll. I like the decision from Framework. However, now sitting back Does get a fantastic whiff punish, and this could be enough to kill, and does actually go for the breaker. I like that coming from Comic Book Wookie, because
I was
that
about
is
to
going
say,
Even you
both players have Clash and both are on low life. I was expecting to see one sooner or later. Very nice.
So I'd only spend 1 bar. I like the decision because Supergirl needs that 1 bar to do any sort of damage, and then on chip, and a really bad jump coming out from Framework, and Comic Book Wookie is going to take the second game, tying it up 1-1.
Supergirl wins.
I feel like Comic Book Wookie's really slowed down this game a lot. I feel like in the first game, he was eating a lot more of those tentacle strikes. He was really just trying to rush his offense a little bit more, but now he's just catching him with a down one to throw and things like that. So
yeah, definitely. Also, Castiel, I'm going to ask, is our Framework Gorbler Guts' new tag? He's saying it is.
Power Girl. Aquaman.
So it'll be interesting. And once again, straight back, so I really like Framework's gear. I think it looks really sick.
Approaching contact.
his gloves.
Yeah, or not even. I like the shoulder pad too. He looks
Yeah.
sick, man.
Why only one though? Why only cover one shoulder with a giant shell? Don't you like your other shoulder, Aquaman? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Is it his right arm? It's probably the more important one in terms of using that spear. Oh, yes, it is. However, it does hold it with his left. Anyway, not the point. Back into the game. You can see a trade coming up. Comic Book Wookie is going to get that first bar, which is actually really important for Supergirl because otherwise she just gets no damage. And a meter burn teleport coming out from Comic Book Wookie now. In the full damage. Goes for the float cancel into the dash. Probably going for a little bit of a 50-50 or just a little bit of an input error. Now you can see that full screen game coming out. And that's one thing about Aquaman zoning. It's quite slow, isn't it, Mari?
It is a little bit slower than, well, you look at characters like Deadshot and Fate, and just like ridiculous class projectiles, but as far as, like, generally speaking, it's not too bad. It's only 19 frame startup. It's pretty nice on block though.
And you can see now, once again, Tyson with that low. A lot of people like to try and walk back against Supergirl, which is an issue, but now you can see the trait coming into play. They're just actually managing to block out the meter burn of that Ice Breath. You can see now Comic Book Wookie playing that full screen game, learnt the matchup, and now is trying to see how it does get caught with a grab from Framework. Dash up grab coming in, back into the corner now. What's he going to do? Wakes up with a laser, and now he's caught in the blender with that meter burn Triton Rush. This is going to be enough to kill. It's going to be close. However, just a raw laser right in the face, and Comic Book Wookie in his head a little bit.
Yeah. If we're talking about fast projectiles in this game, you want to look at Supergirl's lucky because they are very fast. And they all knock down on hit, just like Deadshot's blue trait when he has that up. So, doesn't even need a trait to get that knockdown if there's any.
Yeah, exactly. Now as you can see in the corner, I'm not sure what he went for forward to. He goes for a DP, probably in his head a little bit too much now. Once again, goes for another DP. Framework not expecting it. Comic Book Wookie sitting on not a lot of health, and that is going to be Framework taking the second life bar. But not a lot of health to play with.
It does have access to Clash and a huge lead on the meter there.
Yeah, I was going to say,
meter bench right now.
He does actually get caught low, however, and does use the trait to keep himself a little bit safe. And the thing about Comic Book Wookie is I'm not sure, chat, you might be able to help me with this, but is it better to actually do the full Ice Breath and then meter burn it? Do you get more damage, or does it make it scalable?
You do. Yes, you do get more damage.
Okay, well then yeah, Comic Book Wookie losing a little bit of damage, something that the Supergirl cannot afford to do, and just decide to go for a Clash as well. I feel like Framework, I'm not sure, yeah, he's probably going to spend his bar, maybe? Or is he going to save that for his own Clash? No, both players decide not to spend bar. Comic Book Wookie just wanted to get out of that situation. Here we go now. Goes actually block the Trident, from the deep. Goes for a meter burn, Trident Rush, and that's going to be an instant jump coming out from Comic Book Wookie. Both health really low, and this should be enough to take her on chip, and that is going to be Comic Book Wookie taking the third game 2-1.
Power Girl
And that is
wins.
going to be, can he make the adjustment framework? Probably needs to be using a little bit more back 1, 2, 3, because for some stupid reason, it's +2 on block.
Aquaman needs frame traps. Come on.
Mari, please explain. Why has he got back 1, 2, 3, +2 on block with a 6 frame down 1?
As far as I'm aware, he didn't have those in the original game, but now he does.
Supergirl.
Hashtag he needs it.
He needs it. But hey, at least he's not building for 13 meter burnt Trident Rushes if you have 4 meter or something like that.
No, yeah, at least he does have that reduced meter builder for the Trident Rush. Now, looking at the costume changes for Comic Book Wookie every game, though. I'm liking these costume changes there. He had Power Girl last game, going in for another Supergirl costume this game.
I like it. In saying that, I do like Framework's costume, so I don't think he needs a change. But I do like when people do mix it up. I've only got one Catwoman layout, and I've only got one Red Hood because I've only got like 4 gear pieces. But we'll move on from that. Here we go into the 4th game. Match point for Comic Book Wookie at the moment, but Framework's shown that he's been really solid. And let's see what he does now. I'm not sure why he's going for the low sweep there when back 1 is guaranteed. Maybe trying to catch a back dash.
I'm not sure actually. catches him with the down one into the meter burn freeze breath. It's going to be some decent damage. Supergirl not the best on damage, but in the corner she does make up for it.
Yeah, definitely. And now in the corner, as you can see, how the framework is going to catch him. Does get the full confirm. That's going to be enough to take it. Framework with a really decisive round 1-2. I like the adjustment coming out from him, but as you know, Arnold is going to get in your head again. But I would like to see this go to a big game, Iron.
Oh, absolutely. That's, you know, we want the closest sets that we can get behind nice confirm. And the corner combo. Here we go. I'm interested to see when we're going to start seeing the 4-3 cross-up setups.
Oh, but here we go. It does actually tag with the overhead this time. Drops the end of the combo, however. And maybe he doesn't know them. And you can see a lot of respect coming out from Framework here. He's going to die for it, and there's going to be Comic Book Wookie. Mate would have made the comeback, and now health is completely dead even.
Yeah, I feel like
Comic Book Wookie with an extra 50, however. You have to remember that, characters.
Yeah, I feel like there's potentially some matchup inexperience on the side of Framework here. He's not really sure what he's doing or what he's seeing when Supergirl's in his face and just punching him.
Yeah, there's a lot of things as well that she can stagger as well. You have to respect that if he's going to go into the Ice Breath, but he just held 4 or 5 strings there and didn't really do anything about it. But now you can see, trying to play that full screen game. I like the backdash coming out from Comic Book Wookie, but is unable to whiff punish the back 1-2 coming out from Aquaman. As you can see now, 4 meter, 4 framework side means he's got a nice big breaker if he needs one. But however, the 4-3 comes out, and that's going to be a clash coming out from Framework. I feel like he's going to spend 3 bars here.
No idea.
He could do. Or maybe 4.
2 bars. Probably smarter.
Yeah.
Here we go though, back into it now. Hell's still about even, however Comic Book Wookie does have that full clash, but I feel like clashing is something you really don't want to do with Supergirl because you need the bar.
You do. It's really unfortunate just the way that scaling on her combos works.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. She got nerfed really hard in the beta. And I like the forward 1 staggers coming out from Comic Book Wookie, but something he's not doing, he's not pressing buttons on block after meter burn Trident Rush. Oh, what a read coming out from Framework with the low from the deep, and that's going to force the breaker coming out from Comic Book Wookie. Oh, is it down to a Tentacle Strike?
It is, yes. He's a string now that's got from the deep, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm going to call it from the deep because it's better from the deep. Tentacle Strike makes me feel a bit weird, Mario. But now back into it, and it's going to get grabbed out of its pressure. Framework resetting the neutral into the corner. Now goes for the spear tackle. Really good duck coming out from Comic Book Wookie, and a fantastic whiff punish coming out from Framework, and that is going to be Framework tying it up 2-2.
It's a really nice adjustment there at the end of that round after the first life bars were gone. He just turned on and got a good couple of reads and took the game.
Yeah, and Castiel calling him out a little bit there. Why didn't he go for the unbreakable? Instead, just decide to give him the clash. Was able to tie it up, but that could have ended very differently against a man of that caliber.
Aquaman.
And are we going to see a character change? No, we're not. I would have been surprised if he did.
Supergirl.
That Comic Book Wookie's the kind of play. He's going to play his character till the end.
Fighters approaching
Both
Gotham
places around
City.
2 games apiece.
I feel like this could go either way, Mario. I feel like they're both playing incredibly well, and it's just to see how it goes from here. I'll be interested.
We'll find out very shortly. We're going into the last game.
Do you know this game has hidden select, doesn't it?
Begin.
It does, yes.
Good. I should start using that more, considering the amount of characters I can play very poorly. But here we go now, full screen. I don't know who actually benefits from the full screen game. I feel like Comic Book Wookie with that Supergirl probably does, but if he does get tagged once, it's not good for him.
It is sort of a game of like reads in a way because of the way that Supergirl can jump over the Tentacle Strike. So if Comic Book Wookie decides to jump over and go for an air laser, will make the Tentacle Strike with, as we've seen plenty of times during this set.
Yeah, definitely. And I like that forward 1, walk back, forward 1 coming out from Comic Book Wookie. Decides to go for the forward 3, I'm not sure, maybe going for a new combo. No, decides to go for the mix-up. Really smart stuff coming out from Comic Book Wookie. Goes as well, drops the combo, manages to get a throw out of it as well. Now health back to about the same. It does actually get the punish on that low skill. Doesn't actually, once again, not optimizing his damage completely. You're going to be able to push him into the corner. 222 damage, jumps over, and that is going to be Comic Book Wookie taking the first life bar.
That's such a sick raid right there on the Wake Up Trident Rush.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to beat it too.
Nice confirm into the Meter Burn Tentacle Strike. That's going to be the first life bar. Comic Book Wookie going down.
Here we go. Health once again about even. Comic Book Wookie, however, sitting on well, that's 3 bars now. Bar exactly the same, health about the same, but I really like that back forward 2 coming out from Framework now. Goes for the low once again. Doesn't actually tag him. Tries to keep himself set up, but gets caught back dashing with that back 1. Down 1. No try to rush into confirm, and that is going to be now Comic Book Wookie. With a full corner combo as well. He's going to go for the mix-up. Yes, he does. Does actually good blocks coming out from Framework, however. Once again, though, the counter poke with that ice breath, forcing the breaker out of Framework. I like his use of that counter poke. What do you think, Murray?
Oh yeah, definitely, it's really good. I've been noticing a lot when Framework's trying to enforce that frame trap for +2 off the back 1, 2, 3. That Comic Book Wookie's just been challenging it with down 1 into freeze breath and getting a full combo for it nearly every time. So
yeah, that's something that I believe that should be pretty much guaranteed, isn't it? Because what, back 1 starts up in 9 frames?
I'm not a Knuckleland player, so I don't know, but it sounds right.
Oh, the fantastic stuff coming out from Comic Book Wookie. Fantastic air tech from Framework. Held's really close. Does actually use his bar now. Comic Book Wookie is still sitting on his clash as well. Just able to really enough bar to keep himself safe. Comic Book Wookie should probably try and press the buttons a little bit more against the normal meter burn try rush, because it's -5, but is this going to be enough to kill? No, drops into the combo. Comic Wookie, both health, but just with a jump back kick is going to be enough to take it. And a fantastic job from both players. Really close set, but Comic Book Wookie able to clutch it out. Back 1 is 11 frames, says Castiel, and we are going to go to a quick, short 2-minute break. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen.